result of the losses from direct result of the government's DDEP. So, you know, the whole sum is over 60 billion. So 60. So what they were in control over was 7 billion. Yeah, so they spent 7 billion. Clear mismatch between revenue inflows and expenditure. Credit ratings downgrade block Ghana's access to international capital markets. Yeah. So it means that if we don't go to the capital market, we're in deep trouble. Auction failures led to 500 million loss in 2 months. BOG acted as a loss absorber. We know that is the bailout entity of last resort, we're told. And then there was a 50% haircut, and there was impairment of the markets, etc. You know, there were forex differentials, that's forex losses, and impairment of cocoa board loans. We already know that. And so government, BOG is not insolvent or bankrupt. So how do we interpret all this? Salam.
Roland, good morning to you, my friend and brother, lawyer Eduji. When this story broke out, I waited to get details of the entire story because it has become quite a norm that immediately stories break out of political mischief. A lot of dust is thrown into the system for the political purposes of it. So I really wanted to understand the various variables that constituted the cost buildup in what the BOG brought. Lo and behold, they did come out with some explanations, and I'm sure that's what you call justification. Quite an interesting word. I don't think that they are justifications, but they owed every Ghanaian an explanation, which they have done. If you look at the variables as constituted, you come to the realization that hitherto as probably the minority and the entire NDC wanted us to believe that it was out of some, if you like, sheer recklessness of the Bank of Ghana. But it's not so, because even the IMF had cause to come in and give credence to the explanation that the Bank of Ghana has given, and breaking some eggs on the faces of the minority who ought to have known better because of their strategic position and amount of information that they have. But if you clearly look at the Bank of Ghana and the explanations, their participation in the DDEP clearly accounts for over 50% of the cost buildup. Why? It is important that such a major shakeup in the economic structure, especially at the time we were going to the IMF to seek for a program, we needed to restructure our debts. And it was part of the conditions, you know, to engage the IMF. And the Bank of Ghana, being a major player in handling the Ghanaian economy, you know, couldn't have sat back and watched, but also came into the matter and participated in the domestic debt exchange program, which at the end of the day went very, very well, was very successful, and led to Ghana, you know, attaining staff level agreement at a much faster rate than even contemporaries within the African sub-region.
We had to struggle.
No, we're not
put
not
the matters
struggle.
into perspective.
No. Maybe that is your word. That is your understanding.
We didn't struggle.
It's not a matter of struggle. Of course, every policy has its challenges.
Okay, so you admit that there was a struggle.
Will not just get up and say that, oh, we agree with this or not. But of course, at the end of the day, reason came to play, and the debt exchange program was very successful. We were able to meet the IMF timelines. The opposition kept saying that they will not be able to achieve this within this time. They said, but we were able to do it because government was determined. We have to work to get ourselves out of, you know, the economic difficulties that the world is in. Nobody will come and do it for Ghana. Every country around the globe is struggling to come out of the world crisis. So Ghana cannot sit here and think that it is some people who are coming to do the magic for us. No, We have to work our way out of it. And some of these things are the processes that we have put forward to ensure that we're able to rebound. And clearly, we are getting to the meat of it, how to get back the Ghanaian economy stronger and better so that the Ghanaian people get the reprieve that they want. At the end of the day, if Bank of Ghana sits aloof and the people of Ghana lose precious investments and all that, it won't cut well. That is why it was important that such a major shakeup, such a major development, they took part, and at the end of the day, it was successful. What other cost elements are in, we can have a look at it. You understand, building of the headquarters, you know, so much has been said. But of course, Roland, a central bank headquarters, it's not just an ordinary building. The software infrastructure that goes into it to secure, you know, the capital and fiscal investments of the country, it's not a joke. So we cannot say that, oh, they don't need it whilst we don't do the appraisals for them.
Who has said they don't need it? Is the question not whether you take the decision that reflects what the central government was preaching at the time?
That is
we were in a period of austerity.
Being forced down. And exactly the word that you are using reinforces the point. We are in austere period. Nobody takes that away from us. But at the end of the day, securing our investment is as important as getting out of that austerity. If we sit down today, due to technology, somebody can sit in Malaysia, Philippines, wherever, and by the click of a mouse can wipe an entire account clean. You have to make sure that your country is strong enough to resist some of these things. So we should tone down on the political rhetoric, the attempts to score cheap political points every point of the way doesn't augur well for national development. And I hope that it is time that those who ought to know better, especially somebody like a minority leader who should have the full facts available to him, would rather bury his head in the sand and jump on the political bandwagon and throw in a lot of dust just because they feel that let's tear the emotions of the Ghanaian people. We are getting to elections. Let's make the government look bad so that people will go and vote against the government. It is not the purpose. That is not governance. Okay. It is a reprieve, the reprieve we are looking for the Ghanaian people. I am a youth leader. At the end of the day, I look out for the best well-being of young people. I want an economy
You're saying everything is fine?
No. I haven't said that, but I have said that we are in crisis and we are working our way out of it. That are the nice words in saying. Our party has admitted, the government has admitted, we have to work our way out of it.
When did your party talk about it?
Oh, we have had several press conferences. We have mentioned that we stand with the Ghanaian people, and every step of the way we do. I live in Ghana. I don't live anywhere. Whatever difficulties are here, I face, you know, the same challenges that every Ghanaian does. You understand? I don't live on Mars. I live right here. Every day, I am an ordinary...
You mean you of the ruling party, you face the same problems that...
Every day, I buy food.
Okay.
My children attend school. Every single... We go to the market and buy food. I live
Not
in
when
this
you
country.
have notes of dollars in your house.
No, I don't have any... I don't have any dollars in my house.
If you have notes of dollars of Ghanaian cedis, you just pick one.
No, don't go that line. The argument is that at the end of the day, the well-being of every citizen in this country is paramount.
Okay.
And it is the responsibility of government to ensure that there's safeguarding of the interest of the Ghanaian.